I know you said you've been in the shoe since 2003, but I would like for you to give a definition of what exactly the shoe is so people will know
All
what,
right,
so they can.
excuse me. All right, now initially, what the issue was when I first arrived here was it was secure housing here, which meant every time you came out this cell, you was handcuffed. Everywhere you went, you was handcuffed. Now, like I said initially, it was three times a week when we had rec. We came out three times a week for rec. It was either Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday, and nobody came out on Sunday. Now, in this in this hour in this hour rec period that we had, it was 45 minutes in an exercise yard and 15 minutes in the shower, which normally ran about maybe 45, another 45 minutes in the shower. So they just make you stand in the shower till they felt like coming back on the kid. So, hold on for a minute, please. So, then it was that, and then we had the commissary was $5. Hold on, before I get to that, the 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 levels, they had levels. Quality, this is called quality of life levels. Then it was level one, level two, level three, level four. Then you did at that particular time, you did all three levels in the same cell. So you could be in the same cell anywhere from a week to 2 years in that exact same cell, and till you made the quality of life level four. Now, quality of life level four, you got sent to flow down, which was a lot better than where we was at. Like I say, we had quality of life one was we had $5. We had to spend $5 every 2 weeks for commissary. Couldn't buy nothing to eat. It was basically just cosmetic. You had one phone call. You got one phone call a month. Like I said, that was an issue that lasted to 2016 when they switched it over. When they switched it over because of that ACLU thing, because of the lawsuit, that lasted till they switched the lawsuit thing over. So then that's when they changed the record.
Okay, what did they have a lawsuit for?
Because that record was illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Because now the law says anything with that. Now the law states that you are required to come out your cell three times a week, but it also states that that's under extreme circumstances, like the uprising on the in 17, like the
Right.
uprising. That's extreme circumstances. Now, even though the jail was locked down, we were supposed to come out ourselves three times a week. But when they opened the shoe, they took that to they misinterpreted or read into it with how they did and said that we only needed to come out three times a week for an hour,
I got you.
which was illegal. So, because every 23 hours we supposed to come out in a shoe. So that's what the lawsuit was based on. And, people was killing themselves. People was just, just doing weird stuff like they would rub their bodies in feces. They were just going through it. People was just going through it because they couldn't deal with it. Because, like I said, back then, you couldn't have on level one, you couldn't have nothing. You couldn't have nothing in yourself but three sets of underclothes, two sets of the orange uniforms, and that was it. And soap, deodorant, stuff like that. But that was it. You didn't have no television, no radio, no nothing. So you figured you was on that level for 3 months. So that's 3 months you gotta live like that. Then level 2, you get the radio. Then level 3, you got the television. Then level 4, that's when they was moving you out. So people couldn't deal with it. And it was a lot of people that killed themselves and tried to, and then it was numerous, much more people tried to kill themselves, and it was just a whole bunch of weird stuff because they couldn't deal with it back here. Then you got the officers playing games and doing their little thing. Not all of them, mind you, some of them just done their job, but especially back then, a lot of them, it was a lot of games. It was games, so they would walk down the tier to count, and like say they count 8 o'clock in the morning. At 8 o'clock in the morning, you ain't got nothing to do. So everybody sleep. So they knocking on the door, call themselves counting. They like they take the handcuffs and they like 1, boom, knock on the door, 2, boom, knock on the door, stuff like that. Or they'll come by and rattle the door, talking about I gotta see if you're alive, and they'll rattle the doors. I mean, just if the tier was quiet. Now, if the tier in the uproar, everybody screaming and hollering, they don't say nothing. They don't do nothing. They just walk through the tier. But if the tier quiet, they gotta make some kind of ruckus, so everybody just be moving and howling and all that old stuff. Yeah. And like I say, that alone was driving people crazy because people just couldn't stand all the noise.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
The noise was just driving people nuts.
I know people
that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I know y'all have a petition that's out to close down the shoe. What's going on there now?
All right, now it's basically like this. I don't know. They make up rules. So basically, it's like this. They starting this new commissary situation. So they switching vendors. They supposed to be switching vendors to Kifi from our own people supplying us to now Kifi supposed to be supplying. So now the vendors supposed to be selling like snack machine items. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the price is so ridiculous. Like right now we pay just for example, right now we pay $1 for a pouch of mackerel, a pouch of mackerel. Now that same pouch, when they switch over, the same pouch is now $1.56. And like the tuna fish and stuff is like $1.30 more, stuff like that, and it's at a ridiculous price. And like they got this series thing where your folks can order your food offline, and they bring it to you like that. So they got that, but we can't get it. Only the compound can get it. Only the compound and pretrial is allowed to get it.
So your family can't even get stuff for you.
Say that again?
I said, so your family can't even get stuff for you.
Right, exactly. Family can't even get stuff for you. But it don't make sense because you allow pretrial to get it, and they not even sentenced. But you telling us in the shoot because they trying to say it's a privilege. It's not a privilege. I mean, because it's actually, if one person's supposed to get it, everybody's supposed to get it. Only thing that they can supposed to be able to control is like things that are relatively everybody can't get, so they can control. But if you can get one person, like for instance, the phone call situation, we're only allowed to have 7 numbers on our pen sheet. Well, everybody else can have 10. What difference does that make? Because because we're in the shoe, we're only allowed to have 7. How is that possible? That don't even make sense. If you on the compound and you have 10 numbers and you come back to the shoe, which you can come back to the shoe for any silly thing, the police can say that you did anything and just send you back to the shoe. Then they just automatically take the last 3 numbers off your list.
Wow.
There's nothing coming to the shoe is relatively It's easy as walking out your front door. Because especially since the Vaughn uprising, because they got it set now where all the officer got to do is say, I feel threatened, or I'm in danger, or I feel like I'm in danger, and they'll just send you to the shoot.
Wow.
Talking about you're under investigation.
Okay. And how long they be having people back there under investigation?
It's supposed to be It's supposed to be 9 months. I mean, excuse me. It's supposed to be 90 days. It's supposed to be 90 days. And then if nothing becomes of the investigation, they're supposed to relocate you exactly where you came from. The same job, same status, the same everything. But they don't do that. They'll just reclassify you. Then after you write or get your people to call up here or what have you, then they'll say, well, they'll make up something and say, well, we're looking into it, or they give you people to run around. It's like if your people call up here, they'll just give your people such a hard time that it makes your people not want to do nothing, not want to help. I mean, that's for people that has people that can do that. Like personally, myself, I don't have nobody to do that. I wouldn't even stress my folks out with calling up there. So I just deal with it myself. And the best way I just deal with it, I just do what I do.
Right. All right. Well, is there anything else that you think that we should know?
I mean, like whatever you want to know. I have numerous of people that you can interview that will be willing that for you to interview them. That they can tell you their side of the story. Basically, it's all the same though. Like now they just doing everything, anything and everything they want to do. Cause like right now I'm the chairman, so I'm working, and they used to have people come to the building to feed us. So they stopped that. But they making me do it and telling me it's an add-on to my job, but which wasn't a part of my job initially. And so if I refuse to do it, then they're gonna write me up and tell me and say I refuse to work.
Right.
I refuse to do my job when it really wasn't my job.
Yeah. So somebody not doing their job and they making y'all do it.
Right, exactly. And then and they just label it's an add-on to your job now. Like if I've been doing the job for 6 months now, all of a sudden you telling me I gotta feed. I gotta get up and feed people. And then I say, okay, if I gotta feed people, what I'm gonna get compensated? How I'm gonna get compensated for doing this? Because I'm doing extra work. They tell about saying you don't get no compensation, you just do it, and they constantly take from you. Because we used to come out from 210, between 2 and 215. We used to come out between 2 and 215 to 4:30 when it was time for the next rep to come out. So now they cut that back. Now we got to lock in at 3:30. So they steady giving us stuff and steady taking us stuff, steady giving us more things to do, more rules to follow, but steady taking our privileges from us. So that's basically, and then this is basically one of the only shoes left in the country that, and don't nobody need to be back here. Because you can, if you argue with somebody, you know how you get in a heated argument with somebody?
Yeah.
They call that threatening and disorderly because you in a heated argument with one of the officers. Or you refuse to, like anything. They tell you to do the simplest thing. Like, pick that trash up off the floor. Man, I'm not picking that up. I ain't put it down. I'm not picking it up. So then they write you up for refusing a direct order.
Yeah.
And actually, you can only refuse a direct order if it's a lawful order. If it ain't lawful, it doesn't matter. Because if they tell me to stand in the corner with my nose to the wall, am I supposed to do that?
Right.